Gilmore.
I want to raise an issue with the Taoiseach that a decision cannot wait until the 9th of December. And the issue that I want to raise is the Christmas bonus that has been paid to pensioners and others every year since 1980. Now, in the emergency budget last April, the government announced that it was abolishing the Christmas bonus, and that this year, for the first time in almost 30 years, pensioners and others would not receive the relatively small payment that they get that helps them with buying gifts for their grandchildren and so on. The government also voted down a Labour Party motion at the time which called for the restoration of that bonus and which identified the way in which that restoration could be paid for. Now, since then, I think that many pensioners have hoped that the government would have a change of heart on this matter, and many pensioners have been encouraged in that, indeed, by some of the your own backbenchers who have been telling them that even though the announcement was made last April, that there would be a change of heart on this issue before this Christmas. Now, if there's going to be a change of heart on it, it can't wait until the 9th of December because the administrative arrangements will have to be put in place for paying it. So I want to ask you, Taoiseach, is the government going to have a change of heart about the Christmas bonus, and is the Christmas bonus going to be paid to the country's pensioners this Christmas? Corla, that's a very mean reply from the Taoiseach. This is a payment that has been paid to pensioners every year for 30 years, even in some of the most difficult economic years that the country has had. And it is a measure of the mess that Fianna Fáil has made of our economy and of our public finances, that we now find ourselves in a situation that for the first time in 30 years, pensioners will not get the small bonus that has been paid to them in years past, and turning around and telling them somehow that they can live in the past is adding insult to injury. These are people who have worked all of their lives. This is a relatively small payment. And the Taoiseach's reply this morning contrasts very sharply with the much more sympathetic approach that he had for the Golden 10 yesterday. The people, for example, who will be able to write off their losses on the strange arrangements that they made for buying bank shares, and into the years into the future they'll be able to write off those losses against future tax. They'll get all the comfort from the government. But the pensioners, people who worked hard to make this country what it was before Fianna Fáil made a hames of it, they're now being told that they're not going to be paid the small payment that made Christmas worthwhile for many of them. I think it is mean, and I think it is shameful, Taoiseach.